Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Burglar. We have finished our stint in the waterworks and we are back here with Moria, who has some sort of suspicion about those plaques we were looking at.
I think this is the one, my friend.
Yes, the Hall of Mithril. Yes, that must be it. Well done. What are we going to do about that? And why do we want to go there?
We are close to victory. I can sense it.
Yes, imagine how unstoppable we would be if we could retrieve Ziegelberg from the darkness of the past. I would fear no attack of the orcs, that much is certain. I have a good feeling about this. The Hall of Mithril must certainly be the armories for which Owen sought. If only he had found them in time, the doors of Balin's expedition might have survived. It is too late for them, my friend, but not for us. We will travel to the Hall of Mithril in search of these armories. Speak to me when you are ready. And yes, we will head into the drowned treasury.
In the flooded depths of Moria was a great axe Ziegelberg lost. Few have ever tried to find it, and fewer ever return from their quests. Who now remains to challenge the shadows that linger in the dark halls of the deep places?
It's this poor burglar, apparently. Hello there, Moria. I suppose we made it? If you and your allies can clear the flooded passage that lie between Gundoyan and Ganraf, we might yet find the armories written about in the Book of Mazarbul. Can it be that we might find Ziegelberg there? I hope so. If the records I have studied are to be believed, dwarves erected great mechanisms here to seal off several of the passages when the Greybig grew too numerous. You will need to deal with these creatures and learn the means of operating the mechanism to clear the way. I will follow you once you have done all the real work. Alright, those aren't his exact words, but that's what he means. Right. Anyway, let us go and find this mechanism. And fight all these fun Greybig that are certainly going to be there. And of course he's referring to allies, and I don't have any. I'm doing this solo. I've got inspiration. So let's see what an inspired burglar can do in this quest. There we go, a deep rumbling. See, I do have riddle at least for my advantage in there. Let's try. Apparently, riddle doesn't work all that well against insects. That's my analysis of this so far. Now, if I could just pay attention to what's going on here instead of waddling, I might actually be able to finish this fight. Alright, that's one bit down. Now, I don't know whether that riddle failed because those things are resistant to it, or whether I was just unlucky there. Either way is a possibility. Is this thing gonna die yet? Yeah, alright, it's dead. Let's try this guy. And actually, let's start with that one first. Resisted. Yeah, that's the second straight one that resisted it. They have a very good resist rating against riddle, that's for sure. Now, that patroller is going to be coming around and annoying me soon enough. Therefore, I'm going to be... You can go around there, do your patrol, and I'll take care of your friend here. I think it's the first time I noticed that there was actually a patroller going around in there. I think I just assumed that there was a pool that had multiples of those things, and I probably was just running into that patrol all the time. And I finished that just in time for the... Actually, how about if I put in the weakness thing in there to at least weaken my foe a little bit as I go through here. And as I wend my way through these nasty, 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 nasty insects. I figured out how to get Riddle to work with those mantises, and that is to put it on them when the camera is off, because apparently that worked, strangely enough. A wall gives way. Alright. Now, is that the only one, or are there multiples here? I always forget which ones have multiples and which ones have singles. And obviously this is the first that has multiples. Good. And let's... that we eliminated that. Now, where's the second? Trying to figure out... oh, yeah, there we go. Hello. Well, it doesn't... hey. Oh, actually... oh! At least that worked. Thing is, you have all these crits that you get, now that I'm constantly have crit skills up. I guess that's what inspiration does. It inspires me to have crits. Crit, 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 crit. Hey, ouch. And now for you. Yeah, because it's almost like the background music whenever I go, and every time I do a swing I get the... alright, you have advanced the openable skill. Whew! Oh, yes, I do have to turn this. Alright, distant rumbling is... actually, this might be a third one I have to do before I go through. I think there are 3 of them. Whoops! Oh, hello! Then again, maybe not. Is there anything down on this end? Other than a bunch of vile insects that are just going to be making this a real pain to get through. You... alright. You know you're going down, aren't you? Just saying! See? Now, what is this? Oh, there is nothing. Oh, that's just to get in the way, I guess. Never mind then. Let's go down this way. I think everything should be open now. Yeah. Down, down into Grebig Town. Yeah, this way. I was afraid I... oh. Toad Town, actually. Alright, fine. Then we'll take care of the toads. And we'll have to take care of loads of toads. At least until the matriarch comes and pounds us in the face, right? And, well, these are... ouch! Stop stunning me. Oh. Magenta world and blurry. Oh, this is going to be fun. I hear a rumbling sound. I think the big toad may have arrived. Yep, there she is. One one big nasty toad. Hello. Beginning to think that maybe it's time for me to upgrade my weapon. Currently have a 55 dagger on me and I'm level 59. Now can't remember what level this quest is. Probably level 58 quest since I'm fighting a level 58 monster here. I'll have to double check what that level is in a moment in the quest log, but first I seem to be a little bit on the busy side. But yeah, magenta world, big toads, all sorts of stuff, just to make a nice little happy life. Oh yes, while I am talking here, I should note that update 23 is going to be released on Tuesday. I am posting this at midnight of Monday. So therefore about 30 hours before the update if I do the posting right. That means soon I'll have a nice regular schedule on which to do things, because the schedule I had originally proposed for the month was contingent on the release of update 23. And the Burglar is probably going to keep its Monday, Wednesday, Friday spot. Tomorrow I'm expecting to have an episode of the Dragonborn just to have things balance out, since I won't have a North Kingdoms one by then for Tuesday morning, obviously, since that'll be 6 hours before the update. And then finally on Thursday I'll have my first episode of the North Kingdoms. Am I supposed to be fiddling with things already, or does this thing just go straight on through? Ooh, trying to remember. Oh, down, there we go. I think we're back to Gribig here. Lots and lots and lots and lots of Gribig. In case you're wondering why I am not showing the entire thing, it's because the last couple of times I've done this, I showed the whole thing and I had to split it into 2 episodes to avoid having one big huge long episode. So therefore I decided that perhaps it was a good idea to split it up into 2, instead of splitting it up, to just see if I could abridge this so that I could have it into 1 episode without having a hugely long episode. We'll see how that works. I figured that could be appropriate for this particular instance. Instead of having the Drowned Treasury Part 1 and Part 2, which I've had on plenty of occasions, it can take quite a while when you tediously go through all of these insects. I think I should soon be seeing the approach of the 2 queens, which is why we are back here. Is it as I approach this thing that I run into those queens, or see, this is the 3rd wheel. Okay, now there are the queens. Can I riddle one of them? Make sure I've got the right. That problem is I can't tell which is which, and I'm down. I don't like being. The entire riddle time is being taken up by my fiddling through being in the water and all. Why in the world did they go around taking a swim? I think that's the first time I recall them ever taking a swim like that, so that I couldn't do anything. Come on. Good grief. I think this is the toughest fight I recall having against these two in a while. Alright, there you go. Now I got them. Because trouble is I can never figure out where I was. It took me half the fight to figure out the right position. There you go. Hey, stop that. There you go. And I think I have done this one. Well, I must have done one on Burglar before because I have a Burglar that's Skirmisher in Middle Earth and you can't get that title without doing this instance. I actually don't remember these. I didn't remember ever having those crawlers before. Either I'm just bad at remembering that little detail, or the other possibility is that I had characters with AoE so often that I just didn't notice them in the big fight. And another room of these monstrosities. I think it's the last one though. I've cleared everything out of here. Now I just have to figure out where to go to. Ah, there. I think that's the first time I managed to kill everything in here and not walk by the spider area. Quick wrist. Completed. Alright. Won't argue with completing those things. I'm not too sure I really want to fight 3 glass spiders at the same time. But that's just my opinion on the matter. Fortunately, I have this thing called Inspiration, which helps a little bit there. Too bad it's one of those situations where, yeah, Inspiration is the easiest way in order to help allow you to run it either at 1 or 6. So actually I think it works fairly well for this particular instance, but there are a few of them where I've seen it where I thought that, really? That's... Okay, I'm just going to... Alright, there you go. Just put that one down and take care of it. But there are a few times where I've seen Inspiration in use where I thought, I think something a little bit better than a sledgehammer might have been in need for that particular case. And especially in the when you have a solo version and a group version of an instance, why does the solo version need Inspiration if you want to play it solo anyway? Why couldn't you just make the fight so it could be run without Inspiration in solo? Retaking Weathertop is an example of that, where you have Inspiration for the final fight. I guess at the time they didn't think of the concept of having a troll that is only signature, perhaps? I know early in the game, if it was a troll, it was always an elite. At least from what I can remember. I can't remember any in early game trolls that were signatures. These days you could run into trolls that are only signature and occasionally even normals. I'm not too sure about landscape, but in skirmishes, of course, you could run into trolls that aren't. So therefore, trolls must be elite is no longer a one of those little rules of writing stuff that it used to be. So I suspect that if it were written today, that most likely they would have considered not needing Inspiration for it and maybe just making the troll a little bit more appropriate for a single player. Now, of course, the Fellowship version, yeah, Elite Master Troll, of course. That's why it's a Fellowship version. That's why you make it tougher, because it's the Fellowship version. But I don't think you need an Elite Master in the solo version. But But that is just my personal opinion, and I suppose that the opinions of other players may vary. La 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 la. It's just that sometimes I think inspiration is overkill, especially in that last fight of retaking Weathertop, where I think that fight turns into a little bit of a joke due to the inspiration. You go in there and you go whack, oops, okay, one shot it. And that's always the tricky thing, make it doable so that the epic quest can be done, but at the same time try not to make it too easy for those who want to do it in a group. There you go. And now I just have to kill more spiders. Right? Lots and lots and lots and lots of itsy bitsy spiders. I think I would have had no trouble finishing that Enmity of the Spiders deed. See, speaking of Enmity of the Spiders, how am I doing in Enmity of the Spiders 3 between clearly problematic down in the waterworks and this quest? I should have thought of that before going into here and just popped myself a... Well, I don't know if I have any more Slayer boosts on this character, but if I had a Slayer boost, it might have been a good idea to pop one just before going into the spider room, so I could have gotten credit for quite a number of these. Now let's see. How am I doing on Enmity of the Spiders 3? Just out of curiosity. Class, race, and show. Enmity of the Spiders 3. 14 of 250. Well, doesn't matter what I do now, I'm not going to make a dent into that. And the room that makes all those elite spiders look tiny, when you see them against the really big spider. Yeah. One time I do a perfect pull, it's to Rooter one when I intend to get the extra one as a side. Oh well, not gonna have everything. Very well, here you go. Actually, this room is a lot easier, I feel like, because getting just one of these spiders at a time, you can see I did that completely by accident this time. So if you are careful and doing it intentionally, you should be able to just pull one at a time, at least until you get to the queen. Because when you get to the queen, I think those last three, they're all going to come together no matter what. That is unless you really manage to grab that second one over there. I don't care if I get this second one here. It'll just save me a little time in trying to do this. You're gone, and you're gone, and you're gone. And I'm poisoned. Now I'm no longer poisoned. Nice little thing to have antidote here. And I'm trying to think, how many times have I done this? Alright, I have done this. Let's see, should I riddle the queen? That actually worked. How about that? But trying to remember how many times I've done this. I have done it at least once for every character class, so that will be 10 for that. Then I have done for all the English-speaking servers at least once. So if we discount the fact that the stuff was done on that, okay, remove one of the English speakers. There are 7 English speaking servers, so we'll say that we have 6 additional servers. If we discount the first one, then that would be done 16 times. And I've done it at least one additional time on the Gladden. and sure a couple other times. So this is 17. So this is at least try 18, probably well over 20 by now because I've done it several other times on some other servers also. There we go. If I am right, we should be near the upper armories. Right. So let's get going. Yeah, now you want to spin the wheel. Yeah. Really. Good. We are done. Yay, we found the upper armories. We are now safe. We have everything. We're going to collect the treasure. And this is a long way down. Ah, there we go. Wonderful. Yeah. Oh, Broeen! Oh, look at that. What could be... Oh, boy, look at all this treasure here. Ooh. Yes, we have a treasure here. We have Broeen here. We have a mithril axe here. I mean, what can we have a dead dwarf here. Well, we have a dead dwarf. We have Ziegelberg. We have Broeen, who seems to still have a pulse here, amazingly enough. Well, hello, Broeen. Are you cognate?
The beast in the water. Beware.
Oh, yeah, the beast. I suppose it would be about, wouldn't it? Oh! Oopsie daisy! Ouch. Okay, fine. You want to fight? Okay, fine. We'll have a fight. Yeah, I really didn't want to face the Watcher again. Big trouble here is figure out... Alright, which one am I targeting right now? Alright, I do admit that it is nice having inspiration for this particular fight. I suppose with the way the Watcher is, doing the Watcher with anything other than inspiration in order to do it solo would be a bit much. I can see why they didn't decide to have a solo version of this particular quest because, yeah, we're talking about the Watcher. Yes, you do have that little bit where you take on the Watcher solo in the opening thing, but you just chase it away temporarily. That's it. And you don't have to go into the water where you have all those nasty stuff. Though, of course, this isn't the real big Watcher fight anyway, since the real big one is the infamous raid that I don't believe I've ever completed. Or if I did, it was in a group that was so overpowered for it that it made the fight completely non-memorable. And looks like the Watcher has decided to leave and head out and prepare for the raid, apparently. Hello there! How are you doing? Oh yeah, that's right. You're alive, and I think after what happened to you, that's a plus.
I need your help, my friend.
Really? That's an understatement. You must be starving. Are you really here, my friend? Is this some apparition? You, the beast, brought me here to this place, thinking to save me for later, I expect. One of its victims bore this. He is all bones now, but I owe him my life, whoever he was. Yeah, I think he's mentioned the Book of Miserable. Well, I could keep the beast at bay with the axe made of mithril, but did not have the strength to escape. I would surely have starved. You say Bori sent you. What a wonder. I shall give him a surprise, I expect. Good old Bori. Good old Bori. Let's get out of here. Yes, let's get out of here.
Through the heroic efforts of the heroes of Eriador, Broeen is brought out alive from the flooded depths of Moria. From the mists of legend, he brings with him the mithril axe Ziegelberg. Will the axe be enough to sway the balance of power in Moria? Or have the dwarves already suffered too many losses?
Despite my best efforts to shorten this episode, it still came out to be half an hour. Thus we'll return to speak with Moria in the next episode of Piney Plays The Burglar.